Here we are on the end of the arm beside Wild Thing 100 with Grant Wharington. Well, you've done a lot of work on this boat over a period of time. What's the latest mods?
Well, since last year, Crosby, obviously we had the smaller mast in, which was still from 80-footer, even though we had a lot of extra sail area with a longer boom. We were struggling a bit with horsepower, so we were able to get a 39.5 metre P measurement mainsail, which is 6 metres taller than we were. Obviously, our spinnaker area, everything went up, new sails, huge changes from last year. But unfortunately for this forecast, I'd probably prefer the smaller rig. But anyway, it is what it is.
But it's a light boat, so you will get some conditions in which you're a lighter boat, I should say, than some of the others. So you would get some conditions you should do well, transitions and things, yeah?
Yeah, hopefully we'll get our day, our day, obviously, what do we say, every dog has its day. It's obviously in the bump, it's hard, we're 21 tonnes, and they vary. Well, the next lightest boat's probably Scallywag at like 29, Wild Oats 29, I think Wild Oats might even be 30 now.
I think it is, and then 32, I think.
Yeah, so then you've got Comanche at 32 and Law Connect at 35. I think I'd rather be on Law Connect because, it's all about mass pushing into the bump.
First day,
Yeah, so look, we... The only thing we can do now to improve is add some water ballast, which we haven't been able to date. With this new rig, obviously the spreaders are longer, which the rigs can withstand more riding moment, but our chain plates are right at the limit. So we've now got to, if we want to go down the water ballast path, which is highly likely, I guess we just need to put new chain plates on, and then we've actually drawn some water ballast tanks that clip onto the outside of the boat, which would be really good because basically, so to make the boat about 8 metres wide, so even a little bit wider than Comanche.
And you can do that. That's
100%, yeah. Right. So it's just effectively a 900 mil wide piece that goes on. Because of the chine, it's quite an easy, like a C-shaped section that just clips on. It'll fare in sort of just up forward of the mast.
Right. And how much water would you get in there?
Oh, well, you could put in as much as you like, much more than you need anyway.
Right,
we'd probably put 5 tonne, something like that, 2.5 front and 2.5 at the rear. So we can get the bow up with one at the back, or we can upwind we might just keep the weight forwards. But that's sort of something for the future. We may or may not do it, but we'll see how we go in this race.
Always got to have some sort of options along the way.
Absolutely.
Just answering the thing that we often get asked is people see all the 100-footers together and they will say, well, it's a shorter mast. Why is it a shorter mast? You've actually got pretty much the same sail area as a lot of the other guys, haven't you? Because you've got a longer boom. Yeah,
well, actually, that's exactly right. I mean, people don't realise that there are huge variations anyway.
Yes, exactly.
They don't say that Scallywag's got a short mast relative to Comanche, even though Comanche's 2 metres taller.
Yeah.
It was accentuated when we had a mast that was 6 metres shorter. That was a big drop. So for the numbers people, 35.5 was our mainsail luff length with the short rig. It's now 39.4, which is exactly the same as Wild Oats, same rig out of their boat. Scallywag's like 40.9 or something, so it's like 2 metres different there, and Law Connect's about the same, and then Comanche's about 43. So, there's variations everywhere. But we've actually got the longest boom out of everyone. So our mainsail area is actually equivalent to everybody else anyway. So they're about 400 square metres, the mainsail area. In some ways, it'd be good to have some sort of a box rule, I think, for the 100-footers, so you could kind of work out which area you wanted to be in. But they do all vary a lot. Displacement's obviously the biggest thing. So even though we've got riding moment, similar to basically the same as Wild Oats, for example, that boat uses its riding moment very well because it's narrow. So in the bump, it achieves the same riding moment with a bulb that's heavier than ours. So we achieve it from form stability, and if we don't have as much weight, obviously that affects us going into the bump. So we're praying for some flat water, which you basically never get going to Hobart.
Yeah, I know, that's the problem, isn't it? Finally, just one technical question, and I was looking around in Woolwich and looking at all of the daggerboards, and I was just thinking in my mind, they're all at quite different angles, toe in, toe out, so on, and then somebody stopped me and said, what's with the toe in on the really big ones? Surely you actually want it vertical. But is that to do with actually getting lift as well?
Yes, it is. Okay. So you'll notice Comanche, Lucky, and us have outward rake. And yeah, it's just evolution. Everyone has different, their designers have different mindsets and different reasons for it. Obviously, when the boat heels over, you can gain lift from an inward rake.
So you're getting a balance of drive, reduction in leeway, and a bit of lift as well, so sort of balancing out.
Exactly right, okay. Yes. Whether they're better or worse, you could ask 5 different designers, they'd all have different opinions. So that's what we've got, and that's, it's obviously difficult.
Thanks for the explanation. It was bugging me. I thought I didn't have an answer for that one, so that's great. Thanks very much for the chat. Good luck with the race.
Thanks very much.
Pray for a bit of flat water for you.
Yeah, well, maybe we'll get some in the middle. Maybe we'll get Bass Strait and everyone will be parked up and we'll
be there and gone.
have our time.
Good man. Thanks, Warren.
Cheers. Okay. Good to see you, Crosby.